The opinions expressed are those of the host. The material is for informational purposes only. It does not constitute investment advice, and it is not intended as an endorsement for any specific investment. Visit crestmontpw.com for more details.
Welcome to the Ascent. This is Sam McGee with Crestmont Private Wealth, and today I have my son here in the office. We have a studio set up here on 604 South Main, and this is your second time on the podcast, right?
Yep.
That's it? Yep.
Yes, sir.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, we do the yes, sir, yes, ma'am around our house, and we're working on consistency, aren't we?
I mean, kind of. I think I'm just a little tired.
Yeah, he's a little tired. What do you do today?
Strength and conditioning camp.
Nice. Tell the listeners a little bit about what it's like when summer hits, when you are a 6th going into 7th grade. What do you do all summer? Not trips and stuff, but like school stuff. What do you do?
Train for football.
Oh, nice.
A lot.
Yeah. So what do you guys do out there?
We're doing a lot of strength in the weight room a lot.
Yeah.
For different agility, speed, and cardio. And then we'll also do some planks, push-ups.
Ooh.
And then we'll start to get into deadlifts soon.
Oh, wow. Okay. 6th to 7th grade, we're already doing some Olympic lifts maybe. That is wild. So, Samuel, last time you were on here, we talked a little bit about financial literacy and some of the things that you've learned over the years being involved in, what was the name of that group that you were involved in at Fabra?
Nueo?
No, not Nueo. Nueo was cool too, but the financial literacy one. That it's kind of like a Rotary thing.
It wasn't financial literacy, but it's called Early Act.
Yeah, so what's Early Act?
Basically, it's just kind of like donating a lot of stuff, and you're going around doing like a lot of service projects.
Oh, cool.
Around. So, yeah.
So you did that what grade?
5th.
Okay, good. So one of the things that we talk about at Crestmont Private Wealth is giving time, talent, and treasure. Very important. When you think about wealth management and you think about planning your retirement and accumulating your wealth, along the way, giving time, talent, and treasure. So when you're planning for retirement, when you're working towards retirement, even when you're getting on the trailhead of your financial plan, we really advocate to our clients to consider giving time, talent, and treasure back into your community, while you're doing well, to give and to give your time, talent, and treasure. And so, Samuel, tell us a little bit more about that Early Act. So you did this in what grade?
5th grade.
5th grade. And you were out doing service projects?
Yeah, I mean.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just know for me, when I was in 5th grade, I wish I would have done more of that. I did catch up and do more service-related things later in life. How did you get involved in Early Act, and who encouraged you to do that, and how did that process work? How did you even find out about it?
It was a first-year thing for Fabra, and basically I signed up for the student leadership, and I didn't get it, but I got it in 4th grade, so I decided to go for Early Act.
Okay.
And I got secretary in that, basically.
Oh, very cool.
It was like secretary, / a historian type thing.
All right. That's cool. And so you're now in middle school, smack dab in the middle, going into 7th grade. Last time you were on the podcast, I think it was maybe early 6th or maybe end of 5th. I'm not sure. It was a while ago. We'll have to look. Now, what are you most excited about this coming year?
Football.
Football, of course. And tell the listeners what you're wearing right now. What shirt is that?
Rooney Greyhounds, the best high school.
I guess technically that's an endorsement, but I know you bleed purple. So Stan Leach is probably loving this. So we got to give a little shout out to Champion too. But we have listeners in Houston, and we have listeners really all over. So I think it's important that we talk a little bit about the focus of this show, which does revolve around financial literacy. It does revolve around financial education. And we talked about this last time we were on a show. And clearly, Samuel, I'm biased. I'm your dad. I'm very proud of you. And you get involved into things. And that's something that it's kind of on your heart and you like to do. It's not something that mom or dad pressures you to do. But give our listeners a little bit of a walk through some of the things you've learned on finance, just like basic things like Greenlight or, the stock project that we do, every Christmas. Maybe walk through how you get your allowance and also the winter project.
Yeah, basically for Greenlight, it's like this is not an endorsement, by the
Good
way.
job. Good job.
Basically it's like you get your own like debit card and you get your own account, and basically you can set up chores on there or jobs on there, your parents can, and basically I check them off, and however many I do out of the, I think it's like 73 a week.
73 chores? Oh my gosh. I need to check that. Is it really?
Yeah, it's something around there.
Goodness gracious. Is it like 1 cent per chore?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it totals up to $10, I think, total.
Okay.
So
Reasonable.
I think it's 12, but it's 10 to my spending, $1 to saving, and $1 to giving.
So we're back to giving time, talent, and treasure. So you have 10 that you can spend.
Yeah, but I end up putting it into my savings.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
And you can also invest on Greenlight too. They added that too.
But that's not an endorsement, right?
No, this is not an endorsement, or is it financial advice for you?
Yeah. He's heard this a couple times, I think.
I've heard it from Hannah a few times.
Yeah, nice. Very good. Yeah, so there's a number of different apps that are out there and different programs. Greenlight just happens to be one that we use. This is definitely not an endorsement. It's just one I'm familiar with. And again, there's plenty of them. But what's really neat about that is I can see in real time, has he done his chores? If there's still dishes in the sink or the lawn maybe needs cut or whatever, and, I don't fund your allowance.
Yeah, it's not just automatic too. So
It doesn't automatically repeat like here's your entitlement of wages for the week.
well, I mean,
You have to earn it, right?
well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Love it. That's good. So, Samuel, what's next? So you got football and you're going into 7th grade. Basketball. Okay. And give us some of the subjects that our kids are learning today. What are some things that you learn in school, like science, math, et cetera? Like, what are some of the more interesting things to you?
Science, I don't know. I just love science, all of it. It's really fun, I feel like, and a lot more interactive and less boring than math.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Math is still very helpful. I'm not dissing it. But math, I feel like right now we're like, it's a lot on like, more on the side of like positive and negative, like multiplying, dividing, and changing the reciprocal and stuff. But it's not as much personal literacy, financial, but a tiny bit, I guess.
Okay.
And then we're also learning about our 504s and that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's a lot of people that are worried, and you shouldn't be a worrier in 7th grade, okay? But there's a lot of people that are worried about AI. And, you've heard things like ChatGPT, yeah? And
would you wonder about that one, Dad?
yeah, so I use ChatGPT sometimes, yeah. So are you in the camp of, I worry about this being something that's going to take my job in the future? Or are you like, no, I don't? What do you even think about that in 7th grade? I'm just curious.
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of on the fence.
Okay.
Because I feel like, one, AI can be helpful, but two, I mean, I don't want it to just go and, like, I feel like at this limit, ChatGPT, it's fine, I feel like. But I just don't want it to turn into AI, like, getting, like, programmed into robots in, like, real life and taking over jobs.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think that's right. And
which is something that could happen.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like AI can also be very helpful to, like, assist you.
Yeah.
But it's not something to use just to, like, complete your job or take over your job.
Yeah, but then you don't learn anything.
No.
Right.
And the whole point of a job is to do your goal and also learn stuff while you're in the process. That's why And school is to learn, not to just ask ChatGPT for the answers.
I love that. No, that's great. And yeah, and you kind of rob yourself of that when you use it, right? And so it's kind of weird to be sitting here with my son and talking about this because I didn't have that kind of access. I didn't even have internet when I was in 7th grade. So there was no option. There was textbooks and I had to learn it, et cetera, et cetera. But it's so refreshing to hear you know, my son, but also just youth, your perspective on this. And it sounds like you're not a huge fan of it. You still want to learn. And this has not been scripted. I mean, literally, tell me how you got here today, because I want my listeners to know this. How did you end up in this seat today? What did you bring me?
I brought him a turtle box speaker. It just turns out my mom is like, "Okay, can you go give Dad the speaker? It's in the back." And I started walking out without it, and then I grabbed it and just walked in, and I set it down right next to me, and my dad's just like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" Sure. Why not?
That's good. We're sitting here at Crestmont Private Wealth's office in Boerne with Baron Wiley of Boerne Radio and my son, Samuel Lucas McGee, going into 7th grade. And we talked a little bit about work ethic, a little bit about AI, a little bit about financial literacy, some of the things we're doing. And it's exciting. We've got a really interesting perspective from a young mind, and just really grateful to have you on the show. Thank you, Samuel.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and God bless.